Well guys, GameStop wants some consoles. Right now, they are offering an absolutely ridiculous amount of credit for defective consoles. Honestly, the most ridiculous part to me is that they don't require cables, they don't require a controller, they don't even require it to power on. At least some of them, I don't know. Some of them make up their own rules, but recently I traded in like 5 broken Wiis to a GameStop and got almost $300 in credit. Absolutely ridiculous, and so now it's time to give them a little bit more. I've got 2 boxes of defective, broken Wiis. We're gonna trade them all in and convert that credit into some good games. Hopefully some good PlayStation 2 games, because I am going for the full set. This is PlayStation 2 completion. All right, let's get inside GameStop and give them the goodies. So this is the main thing I'm taking advantage of. 25 extra credit per console, doesn't matter if it's defective. And then they're also doing a 4 for 40 at the same time. So this is pretty busted. I will say the inventory is kind of low here, but it's honestly kind of nice because it means pretty much everything in the store is front facing. I don't have to, especially for Switch, I don't have to go through spines. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So they were able to take everything there except for these, but the only reason they were unable to take these Wiis is because they actually ran out of trade cards, which is absolutely insane. So next GameStop is gonna get those. Was able to get all this while I was here. Really nothing crazy, but just some nice bread and butter stuff. Honestly, for how big that store was, their inventory was extremely small. Now I have $5,000 in GameStop credit on me. It is time to burn it. All right, just got to Huntsville proper, and I would say let's go to our next stop, but our next stop is currently closed for the next 30 minutes. So I guess we will just sit here and hope and pray that they have some good PS2 stuff in here, or just good anything. I hope I didn't drive all the way out here for nothing. Ooh, too much. It's looking like a bunch of commons on PS2. I think I literally have everything here. Never mind, there actually is a bunch of stuff I don't have. Not a bad little stop. Ended up getting a decent amount for the PlayStation 2 collection. It's all pretty much, you know, generic, normie, low dollar titles, except for Psyops. Psyops being the best one here. It's still barely over a $10 game, but all these were in good condition. All these are getting added in. And then everything else is just really solid pickups, especially this One Punch Man. That's always been a solid one. And then this Transformers Dark of the Moon was like almost brand new condition. But, oh yeah, and it was also cool getting the Steelbook for Black Ops. I haven't seen that in a minute. But yeah, everything here, all bought with those consoles, man. I mean, all the consoles are traded in now. I'm still ahead on credit. In fact, I gained more credit because of the store, because I traded in, what, 7 Wiis? 5 of them defective, 2 of them good. So now I have 5,300 credit to play with right now. I don't think I'm gonna be able to spend all of it by the time the 4 for 40 sale ends, but I'm gonna try my best. All right, there's nothing left to trade in. It's just time to go on a spending spree. Maybe I can go trade that in. Wow, that's a pretty rare variant. Huh? Just got finished there. I'll go over everything once I go to my very last one. There's one last one that I can go to right before it closes. Gonna check that out, gonna buy some stuff, and then we'll go over everything I got at these previous 4 or 5 stores I just went to. I had to kind of blitz them just to make sure I got there before they all closed. So let's go. All right, just made it to my hotel, and this is everything I was able to get across 4 GameStops. This right here is all the stuff that I had to pay for. Honestly, a lot of great pickups, a lot of great bread and butter stuff just across all the stores. I'd say standouts, probably Shadow the Hedgehog, and honestly, the Tokyo Drift 2 is one I have not seen. I know it's not super rare, but I needed this for the collection. Oh yeah, these 5 here adding into the collection. Got Fantastic Four, FIFA Soccer 10, which is a little more uncommon than you might think, Hypersonic Extreme, and then this was the last Terminator game that I needed for PS2, so got that. Yeah, just tons of bread and butter stuff, some good cart stuff. This, of course, I'm sure you can already guess, was all the free stuff that the stores were able to give away. These 4 here are obviously just cases only, but I mean, a nice steelbook for Black Ops 3, and then a nice steelbook for Black Ops 2. I've never actually had the Black Ops 2 steelbook, so nice getting those. And then obviously just, you know, not crazy games, but they were free, so why not? Although the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 on PC is pretty interesting. And then one store had a drawer just filled with Switch artworks and then also a Pokemon Y artwork, and I think it did have the manual with it. They were able to give every single one of these away. They were like, oh, do you want any of these? I'm like, well, I was like, do you guys want them? And they're just like, well, you can just take all of them if you want them. So it's artworks for like, I mean, it's got to be like probably 40, maybe 50 artworks here. So there's probably something there I can use. I don't know. It's free. I like to, when it comes to GameStop, I like to, you know, buy/take free stuff and ask questions later. But that's gonna do it for today. There are like, I think 3 GameStops I'm going to on my way home tomorrow. So we'll hit those up and then we will go back to the pad and check out everything I was able to get. But for now, I'm going to bed. Before we get into that, I gotta mention today's sponsor, Double Mint Games. If you've got games or consoles laying around, I highly recommend checking out Double Mint. They've made the selling process as easy as possible, and they buy pretty much everything from Atari all the way to PS5. In the past year, I've done thousands of dollars worth of business with them for good reason. They really do have some of the best offers in the entire industry. So again, if you want to sell your games, consoles, or accessories, I highly recommend you check out Double Mint. There's going to be a link in the description. You won't be disappointed. And it is day 2. I'm at a GameStop here, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I went here once about 6 months ago, and they did have some PS2 stuff here. Actually, some good stuff. I remember picking up Def Jam Vendetta. So I'm hoping they have decent stuff now. Let's check it out. All right, we're getting there. I still have about 4,500 credit left, but we're starting to burn through it a little bit. Mario 2, probably the standout here. Everything else, just solid bread and butter stuff. Keep moving on. Not bad at all. I ended up getting all of this, of course, asking for free stuff, unbeatable. They ended up tossing me all these because they don't take them as trading credit. Obviously, 2K14 being a pretty good one. And also they threw me 2 of these like Toad like Lego figure things. I got another one of these free Resident Evil Requiem bags. And then just grabbing a bunch of bread and butter stuff here. Did find one game for the collection. It is complete in box, pretty nice. This Army Men Air Attack 2, that's going to the collection. Everything else just decent deals. And I'm actually a little excited, so to speak, for my next stop because this guy said my next stop is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Used to be a dedicated retro store. They're kind of, all the GameStops now are kind of retro stores because they just keep everything. They don't have to send anything off, but he told me my next stop should have way more than what these guys had, so let's go find out. Oh, well, hello again. This one's actually in better condition, so I'll upgrade the copy I got earlier. And yeah, that's not bad. This is actually a slightly more uncommon version of Green Day Rock Band. Okay, I'll take that. All right, not a bad stop there. They were pretty loaded on just good games across the board. I'd say some standouts. Honestly, Dark Souls 2, Skull of the First Sin, the 360 version is not that common. The Green Day Rock Band Plus, not a bad find at all. And then I know about Cookie and Cream on PS2. I did not know there was a DS game, and it's worth like 20 bucks. So getting it for $5 credit here. Of course, that credit is worth way less than that, but getting all this here and also getting to add Airblade to the collection, not bad at all. All right, one last GameStop on the way to Atlanta, and then I am done, hoping they're gonna have some good games. Probably not as much as this one, since this used to be a dedicated retro store, but let's find out. Ooh, well, that's
probably not bad. $5 for the special edition. Okay, might go for that. We've got a European, oh no, not even European. This is Korean, right? Yeah, Korean copy and a Japanese copy of a game right next to each other. I guess in Japan, the PS3 is like kind of off the left side. Interesting, but $50 for this one. Okay. Oh, that's actually good. Oh, they went up on it. Man, that sucks. This used to be $20 here. I mean, it is a pretty rare Xbox game, surprisingly. What is going on at this store? That is not an American game, and then also, that is not technically what that game is. That's a major come up for whoever traded that in. It's also kind of crazy to me that GameStop is even charging that much for the original Zenzas, but dumb.
Not a bad way to end it off at all. Lots of just good stuff all over the place. Probably the best pickup here was this Prey limited collector's edition. GameStop, they really don't differentiate between collector's editions and standard copies when it comes to older games, so getting that complete for $5 credit, can't complain about that. I'm going to be adding in Staff of Kings and RPG Maker 2 to the collection, and then just other good stuff all around. Time to get back to Atlanta and add in all the PS2 games I was able to get over the past couple days. All right, just got home. 19 additions to the PlayStation 2 collection. A lot of great stuff here, mostly commons, but also some just slight uncommons. You don't see Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2 too often. Freaky Flyers, a very slight uncommon. Some really good stuff in here. Let's get it added in. All right, and that is going to put my total right now at 1,115 PlayStation 2 games. Absolute insanity. Thanks to GameStop, actually, for taking in disgusting broken consoles. I don't understand their policies right now, and I'm not even the worst offender of this, so to speak. There are people who are trading in tens of thousands of dollars worth of broken consoles with them right now, and they want them. GameStop wants them. Every employee that I was doing trade-ins for those consoles, they were happy to get that stuff. They knew it wasn't working. I don't know what their plan is with all this, but hey, you know what? If they're going to give the credit they're giving for this crap, they can have it. I do still have a lot of credit on me. I want to burn it all. The 4 for 40 sale is still going on for about another week. I'm going to take a little bit of a rest, but this weekend, I'm going to make another push to go to another like 20, maybe more GameStops. Hopefully get a lot more great deals and especially some great PS2 stuff, but that'll be for another video. Anyways, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.